Welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and I am a new homeschooling mom of 4 kiddos. I have one going into 5th, 3rd, 1st, and then a little guy who is almost 2. So in today's video, I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys our homeschool room. I thought it would be fun to do a little tour of how we have decided to set up space in our home. When I first pulled my kids out of public school, we were kind of just doing school downstairs without a dedicated space. We would hang out at the island or the dining room table or the couch, and that was fine. It was comfy, but my kids would get off task a lot, and so I actually kind of talked with my kids to see if they would rather have a space that we dedicated for school versus just kind of doing it wherever. And so we actually do still have a couch up here, and I will show you guys that. But they did want to have their own desk, and they wanted to have all of their books in like their own little bookshelves. And so my husband and I decided to make our loft into our homeschool space. Before we did the switch, the loft was supposed to be an area for my husband where he could come home, relax. He is a video gamer, so he had all of his gaming stuff set up here. And also this is a space where my kids would watch movies, or we would have family movie nights. And so we still have a little bit of that aspect to where our room can function in that same manner. But now we've just kind of, it's a lot more open, and we have everything that we need for homeschool. So I will go ahead and get right into showing you guys how we have this set up. So if you look down, this is the stairs that lead straight up here to this open space that we have, which is our loft. This is the main wall that we have here, and then we have some windows here. And so I will go ahead and start on this side. So as you come up from downstairs, you can take a right, and we have, my mom bought the kids this keyboard for Christmas. So I actually plan on enrolling my oldest son and probably my 8-year-old daughter into some piano classes on OutSchool. We haven't done any OutSchool classes yet, but I think that would be fun because I actually don't know how to play piano, and neither does my husband. So that is what we will do because they are interested in learning. So we'll start off with this keyboard here, and then just a picture of my kiddos and our little family picture there. And so back there, that's just like a towel closet, and then both of my boys' rooms are up here. And so we'll come around this way. And so I just have this poster here, and then one here. These are the Cavallini posters. I just got them on Amazon, and then I loved this saying, when home gets opened back up. My husband and I went and I saw this, and I just had to get it because I thought it would be perfect here in the homeschool room. And then there's another picture of all of my kiddos, and then we have the globe and the Planet Earth book. I talked about this in my Gather Round Homeschool Earth Science Unit Study. This book is amazing. If you do Gather Round Homeschool, it is such a great resource for so many of the units. And my kiddos actually recently did a rock and mineral dig kit, and so these are those. We did that as a part of our unit study, so they really enjoyed looking at all the minerals and seeing what they can find that matches their poster. And so we'll start on this side. This one bookshelf that I have is all of so my kiddo going into 1st grade, this is all of her stuff for the next school year. And then my soon-to-be 3rd grader, that's all of her stuff. And then my soon-to-be 5th grader, that's all of his stuff. And so these are like all of their STEM games and all of their books, all of their curriculum books for the start of the next school year. And then here is, I have some of our already printed and bound Gather Round Unit Studies here. And then this is just more curriculum here that we will do next year. That was purchased separately from Timberdoodle. So that's all of our stuff that we got from Timberdoodle, and then this is just some stuff that I had already had. So there's their curriculum for master books, and then we have the handwriting here, and then I found these at Costco a while back and thought they would be really good resources, so we have that. And then some STEM resource books for my kids, a Wonders of the World book. I have an atlas here, Thesaurus, Children's Dictionary, and we're considering doing the Mystery of History. I haven't included that in any of the homeschool videos because I'm not sure that we're actually going to do it this year or not, but we'll see. And so this is current, like, we are doing a homeschool, so this is their current math curriculum books, some of their readers that they have to go along with earth science, and some read alouds, and my daughter's The Good and the Beautiful level K here. And so this basket just kind of houses everything that we're using for the summer in one spot. And then on this shelf here, I have all of our read alouds for the upcoming year, plus books that I have for my kids to choose from whenever they're doing their independent reading. And so here we have some of the resource Dr. Seuss books. These are all really cool. So this is like the money one, and then the one about bugs and insects. This one went really well with our oceans unit that we did with Gather on Homeschool. And then this is the What Hatches the Egg Inside Your Body. So we will actually use this one when we do our human body unit. And then the One Vote, Two Vote, I Vote, You Vote. We will use this also. And these are just some other children's books that are just a little bit more flimsy that I just stuck them there. This is so my background is in ABA and working with kids with autism, and so I still have a lot of the games that I used to play. So this is What Should I Do? So this is a really cute game to play with kids that helps them understand like what they should do in certain situations that may pop up in real life. And then I have these 10 frames for my daughter, and then this is actually the weather lab. We just entered into our weather portion of the earth science, so we'll be doing this probably next week. And then over here I have some more of the imagination cards of chatting. So just different, we haven't used these yet, but these are different prompts for topics to talk about. And then these are just some other books that were too big to fit in other spaces. I found these at Costco, which are really cool. So this is The Wonder Women, Amazing Artists, and Super Scientists. So I'm really excited about these. These will actually, a couple of these will pair really well with some upcoming units that we will have with Gather on Homeschool. Okay, and on to this other bookshelf here. These are just some old books that my kids have accumulated over the years. Not the best, like these. Before I really knew anything about good books, my daughter read these and my son read these, so they enjoyed them. They had their fun with them. We have talked a lot about good books and what it means to read a good book, so we're switching over to reading more of like the books that you see on this shelf. So hopefully soon we can get rid of a lot of what's on this shelf and have more readers that are more appropriate. And so over here on this side, sorry I'm out of breath, I have spaced in there are we have some Bible studies in here. So it's like A Content Heart, and this is from Not Consumed. And then I have another one in there to do with my daughter at some point. And then this is the One Blood for Kids by Master Books. I highly recommend this. The Jesus Storybook Bible. Both of my kids need these favorite story Bibles. for their language arts. And then my son really likes this because it's all of the characters or all of the people in the Bible. And so when he's reading a story or reading passages in the Bible, he can then come to this book to read more about who he read about. And so we're really excited to do this devotional this upcoming school year. This is indescribable. And then here are my daughter's beginning reader books from The Good and the Beautiful. We have our answer books. This is another little All God's Children book. And then my daughter is getting into this Anne of Green Gables collection here. We randomly picked these up, but my son isn't into them at all. So we might donate those. And then here's my Bible. And then again, these are some older, back when my kids were in public school, I would every summer buy these workbooks I never wanted them to regress too bad. So we always have done workbooks over the summer. And so these are just leftover books that they didn't finish. So as they move on, the next kid will finish off whatever the kid before them didn't do. And so then that's what we have here. And these go along with my daughter's language lessons for living education. And then I have, this is really fun. We are going to actually be doing this, reading over this every morning too. This is the Psalm Prayers for the Nation. Engage Your Family with 40 Scripture-Based Prayers by Sarah Keeling. We're really excited about this, so we will pair that with one of our devotionals or something, just add it to our morning so that we can pray for the nations. And that is the bookshelves. So not too much going on there. One day I hope to have these bookshelves filled with lots of really good literature for my kiddos. It's a work in progress as we are still brand new on our homeschooling journey. And so as we come over, we have a TV here. I went back and forth on whether or not to put a TV here, but it does end up being useful whenever I want to share something or cast something from the teacher's guide onto the TV, and also for different videos that go along with our units. This is my son's desk. We don't have a clock up yet in the homeschool room, so he has his clock from his room on his desk. And then we have a poster of the Bill of Rights. Very important to me that my kids know and understand the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and even more importantly, the U.S. Constitution. So these will probably stay up forever and always. And so over here is the Declaration of Independence. And then I have my new Eco Tank printer, which I'm so excited about. We have a new pencil sharpener, and then it just sits on this drawer set that I got off of Amazon, and it's not organized much. It's got a lot of school supplies in there that I haven't gone through and organized yet. Same with their desks. We haven't organized any of the inside of it for what's going to be in there yet, but we will do that. And so then we have a whiteboard with some markers and these amazing flashcards that I printed out and laminated. These will go with our U.S. government unit from Gather on Homeschool. And I still have this open space here because we actually, my husband and I recently decided to go through with signing up for Classical Conversations. This year, their Classical Conversations is in cycle 3, so it's U.S. history and geography. So I'm wanting to get, we do have the scrunch maps, but I'm wanting to get another U.S. map here, and then maybe like a cork board or something so that we can put memory work on there that we're going to do. Because right now I have found really effective for my 6-year-old is to write her sight words that she's doing for the week up on the whiteboard, and they're sticking. So we've done flashcards, we've done where I've put them out on the floor and made her jump to them. We've done a few different ways of her doing sight words, and so far this seems to be the most effective. So that might be what this board stays as. So I will either get a cork board or another whiteboard to put here. I haven't quite decided yet, but basically this whole space here is for classical conversation stuff that we're going to be adding. And so over here we do already have our United States presidents, and it has all of them to include 45. And up here up top I actually have these, let's see if I can, I have these beautiful pictures, human body pictures from Gather Around Homeschool, and I actually ordered these directly because, like I've said before, their print quality is amazing, and I wanted to have these for part of our room. And I probably could have framed them and it would have looked better, but I like how simple it is just up there. And so we have those, and then I just have two papers up here now so you can see the idea, but we have a wire cord that goes from that end to that end, and it's for holding up artwork. My girls make tons and tons, and they always feel bad when I trash it, so every piece of art gets 30 days. And it'll be hung up there, and then yeah. And then over here there's another picture of my kiddos with my husband. Right now I have this little chalkboard here. I wanted to write like a word so I wanted to write in chalk like a word that I'm feeling for myself, because that's my desk there. But the chalk markers that I had didn't come off, and so I'm always seeking from God more patience, and if you can see, that's what I wrote there, but I didn't like how I wrote it, so I tried to erase it to write it again, and it didn't work out. So I might have to get something different, I'm not sure. And then over here on this wall we have the US Constitution, and then here, I will back up a little bit, we do have a closet here right next to my desk, and it's a hot mess in there right now. So like I said, we are transitioning from this upstairs area being my husband's to now being homeschool space. So I do have like my vacuum in there. I also work out upstairs, so you'll see some of my workout stuff. This bin has a lot of stuff from whenever I used to teach online. And then so like there's just tons of storage of my husband's stuff, and we have an office downstairs that he's moving all of his stuff to, so we're just waiting on getting more shelves and storage space in there for him so that we can get all of his stuff booted out of here. But I do have like my ink there, my extra ink. We have some games here, giant box of pencils from Amazon, and like, so like, yeah, I do have some stuff stored in here, so like our pencils, and then we have notebooks, binders, some pens, and stuff like that. And then down here we have, I mean, there's more of my husband's stuff stored back there. I have my laminator here, and then these are Play-Doh kits that I get from this one's from Do-Si-Do, but typically I order from Young and Wild, or it's Young, Wild, and Friedman. Her Play-Doh is amazing. It's she has a factory where, a small factory where she makes her Play-Doh, and it's scented, and it's amazing. And this is like what has come, what's left of my kids' kits, so they will still play with this stuff and the Play-Doh. The sensory fun, little guy too. Then we have a bag of toys here for him to play with while he's up here. There's some of our old Gather on Homeschool units that we are done with, and then some other things stored down there for the room. And so that is our, oh, one last thing. And so also right here in the middle of the room we have a couch. So This is usually where I sit and read with my 6-year-old, and also where they will sit and read or gather around units from. A lot of times my son will always sit at his desk. That's just his thing. The girls will cozy up on the couch sometimes during independent reading. Every now and again my son will too, but since his room's like right over there, he'll just go into his room sometimes too. But the girls love hanging out here on the couch together, alone, or even with me. And that's it. That is our homeschool room, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you guys know of anything that would be beneficial for me and my kids to have in our space, or maybe even some extra storage ideas, because I'm not really sure on how I'm going to store pencils, crayons, and color pencils and things of that sort. So if you have any suggestions for me, please leave them down in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.